my goal is with BCU employees to really get them bought into the purpose that we're trying to live out. And really, my goal is to have them approaching their jobs with that financial health mindset. So financial well-being mindset, when I'm at a branch working with a member, how can I go beyond the transaction? How can I go beyond, they come in and they want to deposit money. How can I ask an open-ended question to try to get at, tell me more, like, tell me the story here. Like, why are you doing this? But in an encouraging way that draws them out. There are kind of like 5 main types of one-on-one support. There's education, there's counseling, there's coaching, there's therapy, and there's advising. And those are all pretty different skill sets. I mean, they blend into each other at various points. Sometimes, you're going to be a counselor and then somebody's going to tell you a major life thing that happened and you're suddenly therapist for a few minutes. But you have to be careful on where you go there, because if you're not an expert in that and maybe you can't even legally talk about that, you have to be very careful to kind of steer that conversation in the right direction. So there's the supportive lens of somebody that's in crisis who, my spouse just died. What do I do? What are the steps that I need to take? And in that moment, that's where a counselor, or I would say our goal consultants lean a little more to kind of counselor state level, would come in and say, okay, here are 2 things that you can do right now. And they're going to be a little bit more directive. So we don't typically, take that kind of appointment, I would say, but we do take appointments around credit score, budgeting for goals, and kind of doing an overall financial checkup. And that often leads to a bigger conversation. If you're looking at someone's budget, right, that's a whole host of different decisions that are being made on a monthly basis. And that leads it very nicely into goals, maybe tweaks to spending. And so you can both draw out someone through good question asking and give them advice on what they should do next, all within one conversation. But the skill set there is both coaching, I would say, on the open-ended questions, and counseling and education, really, on the what should you do now. And both of those, I think, need to kind of just be interwoven in a conversation to make it really blossom, and for somebody to feel like they got something out of it. Because if you just came into a conversation and I just asked you a bunch of questions, and that was all we did, after 3 or 4 times, you'd probably just be like, what are they doing? Like, I'm just, you're getting me to answer, but I need some help now. Like, what should I do next? And so that's where that kind of bite-sized advice and for the goal consultant really to recognize the situation that somebody's in. Like, maybe they can't really handle like a massive, huge goal, like pay off your student loans. Okay, great. That's going to take me 10 years. So let's break that down. We can't eat the elephant all at once. So what are the bite sizes that we can break this down into that will help you gain some momentum along the way? And so getting to that, helping somebody to get to that level, and for a lot of us, we need that in some part of life. We need some help breaking it down. Like, for me, let's just say, I really want to be able to run a 10-mile someday, but I could not go out and run 10 miles right now. So I need someone to help me work up toward that. And so tell me, like, what are the steps that I need to do to start taking action on that? And then when I mess up, help me, work through that, and don't be judgmental. That's the key. Don't be judgmental. Be empathetic. Make sure that you're being understanding to me and having my best interests at heart.